kind of got the whole package.
Yeah, he does. He's a space eater. He's very strong, physically good frame. He's a low down there. And what you said, the fact that he's fairly agile, makes him tough.
You know, and Ezeli missing a lot of games with various injuries from the knee and ankle a season ago. He can be a quality rebounder and rim protector, but he's got to find a way to stay healthy.
Manu Ginobili, he's checked in for San Antonio. Here is Livingston after the made shot from Manu Ginobili. Livingston kicks to Iguodala. 30 seconds left in the first quarter. Ezeli gets the bucket.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Warriors trail by 4. And here is Barbosa. No luck. Nice D from Ginobili.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
A free-flowing first quarter. On 2 decades in the league, we talked about his kings. Well, Duncan breaking down his love for the game and what keeps him going, not just playing, but still enjoying it at his age.
Man, it's phenomenal to see because Tim Duncan doesn't usually get too introspective with it. Anybody that plays this game knows exactly what he's talking about. And at the level he's competing currently, I don't see him going anywhere anytime soon, that's for sure.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And looking at what we've seen from the Spurs so far, guys, what do you think?
I just like the way they're getting out in the open floor, taking advantage of all those fast break chances here early on.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, they can run, and they've done a good job filling the lanes in transition.
So for the Golden State Warriors right now, Green at the 4 with Bogut at the 5. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson at the guard spots, and it's Rush in at the 3, the small forward. San Antonio's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. It was the season of destiny, and the Warriors certainly followed through. Clark, the best team in the league all year, and they finished the job beating the Cavs in the finals.
And they were on a mission from the get-go. They would become another team to win 65 games or more and win the finals. Impressive work. They've had difficulties the way Leonard has been playing. 9 points, and from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
And when it's all said and done, I got a sneaky suspicion he's going to have a few more.
A long time in San Antonio, it's been about the big 3, and rightfully so with all their wins, and Kawhi Leonard seems to be their future.
And Kawhi and the big 3 recognize that and are trying to ease the transition period. And if you know the Spurs, they'll make a smooth transition, won't they, Kevin?
Absolutely.
And guys, for Kawhi Leonard and the Spurs, Coach Popovich already sees him as the next guy. He told Leonard not to think of the big 3, but to think of himself as the big 1.
11 feet away, and that one goes off. Spurs leading by 4. And it's Curry with the rebound.
And guys, with what Popovich said about Leonard, small things like that can be the catalyst to get a player to reach greatness. Sooner or later, this will be Kawhi's team.
Parker passes to Duncan.
And you know what? Last season, Tim Duncan added another record to his growing resume. I mean, he passes Karl Malone as the all-time leader in double-doubles.
David West, he's checked in for LaMarcus Aldridge. And Golden State also making a change. Spates checked in for Andrew Bogut.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
My kind of hoops. Straight ahead, playing downhill, and physical.
Curry attacking the 19-foot shot. It's rebounded by West. With Duncan in the double-doubles record, it says so much about just how he has delivered on the floor, Clark, for so long.
Yeah, and if you're wondering, double-doubles didn't get recorded until fairly recently. Don't let that take away from what Duncan has accomplished. He's one of the all-time greats. I'll tell you what, at this point in his career, it is safe to say, actually has been for a while, that Duncan might be one of the best power forwards ever. He is, clearly. 5 rings, 50-win seasons, his whole career. the complete package on the box.
Clark, he's checked in for Curry. And so Duncan nails them both. Quarter two and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Here's Clark. Feeds to Spates. That is good. And Duncan, who briefly contemplated retiring after last season, showed in the playoffs, Greg, he is still very much at the top of his game.
Listen, Tim Duncan, for me, is the greatest power forward to ever play the game, although Pop will tell you he's actually a center in the power forward's body. Hey, what a great matchup. Yeah, how great was he, I should say, in the matchup against the Clippers last season. And throughout his career, he has been more consistent than a clock. I mean, it doesn't matter the year or who he's up against. This guy just finds a way to leave his mark on the game.
Thompson from long range. Again, the miss by Thompson.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Boy, just by his body language, Kevin, you can tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Yeah, it seemed like he had great rhythm on that. You can see the disappointment in his face.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Boris Diaz checked in for Duncan. Kyle Anderson comes in for David West. Martin's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. Lance Mills in for Parker. Andre Iguodala is checked in for Golden State. Livingston comes in for Thompson. Warriors trail by 5. Here is Livingston. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Here's Spates. It's blocked. And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here. And the Warriors making a change here. Ezeli's checked in. Five on the clock. He dishes it to Clark. Spates kicks to Iguodala. Puts it up from 15. Misses that one. He's made 1 and missed 2 this game so far.
And one thing that everybody loves about Coach Pop is his frankness. You get a taste of it in interviews, but he's as honest and straightforward with you as he is with anybody else.
Spates sets a screen. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
And sometimes when you want something done, you got to do it yourself. That dunks the shot in the arm they need to really cut into that lead.
Well, Greg, it certainly got everybody on their bench up and off their seats and cheering.
Yeah, that could be an instant momentum shift. That certainly was a rim wrecker. Well, that's an excellent challenge right there. Good job contesting that shot by the defender.
Diaw can't hit. Warriors trail by 6. Iguodala right side. 11 feet away. And Maurice Spates the bucket on the assist by Iguodala. Spates has got 6 points.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. The defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Guys, they are getting exposed in terms of their low post defense.
And it's Iguodala hit the jam.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
Man, I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
And the basket by Diaw.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
And they may have found the Achilles heel of this defense. That was their 9th straight point from beyond the arc.
Livingston dishes to Spates. Anderson with the block. Now here's Mills. He's covered closely. A nice shot by Anderson.
And really just led him to his sweet spot for that finish.
Here is Livingston, covered by Mills. Livingston passes to Ezeli. Cannot hit.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
And we finish one half of basketball. Spurs lead by 7. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, here with...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny Majewski. The story early on was Kawhi Leonard, who was on fire. He had 11 points and 2 rebounds. And Shaq, what are your thoughts on how San Antonio played?
Well, the shots were dropping for him. I mean, they were just dropping out of everywhere, dropping out the ceiling, dropping out the popcorn guy, man's hand, whatever. It didn't matter what the defense was. They found a way to get a good look almost every time. You just got to be patient, take as long as they need to keep finding those high percentage shots.
And over to Kenny now. How'd you think the Warriors were playing?
They need to look into areas where they can gain an advantage. Rebounding is largely a hustle style. Right now, they're getting out-rebounded. They need to commit to changing that. Those extra opportunities afforded by better rebounding are key for them to win tonight.
And that's going to do it for now as the second half is almost ready to get started. Back to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew. We're going to sit right here and wait for the end of the game and talk at you again.
The second half beginning in just a moment. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
And in terms of points in that first half, you know, he's now at a point where we expect him to perform that way.
And Greg, that tells you all you need to know about what a talent he is. I mean, I'll bet he adds a lot more to his totals after the break.
Parker and Green are the guard pairing. Duncan is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. So that's who Greg Popovich starts the second half with.
Listen, Kawhi Leonard hasn't been in the league for a long time, but he's feeling right at home. He said last season he wants to remain a Spur for life.
And for Leonard to hear players say that a lot, but rarely before they reach the end of their rookie contract.
Yeah, I think Leonard just realizes what a special situation he found himself in. I mean, he is the complete package as a player and custom made for how the Spurs like to play and do things.
You know, the Warriors took some flack when they passed on the chance to trade for Kevin Love, but I really think that the rise of Draymond Green as their stretch 4-man made the decision even better and also kept their cap situation far more flexible.
And stolen by Aldridge. In transition, here comes San Antonio. And again, it's San Antonio.
Three-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
Yeah, and Greg, you know, the only way that's going to turn around defensively is by stopping the outside shot, not getting into a shootout. They're not going to out-shoot out this team.
And Draymond Green won't give you the superstar numbers of a Kevin Love, but he's got a deceptive impact to both ends of the floor.
Yeah, I call him a value-utility guy because he does a little bit of everything that brings value to your quest to win. His shooting has steadily gotten better. And while he's not an all-star yet, the sum of his total contributions on the floor, impressive.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the official.
Steph Curry does so many things well, Clark, on the floor, but one area he had struggled with was turning the ball over.
Yeah, and after a slow start, Kevin, to the year in the turnover department, Curry was able to slowly right the ship.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. West comes in for Tim Duncan, and it's Ginobili in for Green. Green kicks to Thompson. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. That's good. Thompson's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And Curry and his turnovers last year, a lot of it might have been getting used to a new system. But you can see he's also tightened up his play to reduce the giveaways.
Barnes can't get it to go.
And fancy finishes like that look great, but man, it's embarrassing when you blow them.
Even against solid defense, he's still going to try to continue to make that shot.
And I wouldn't bet against him in that situation the next time out. And, you know, Curry knew turnovers were a problem. How about his mom even instituted a fine on him? And so anytime he has more than 3 in a game, he owes his mom $100 per turnover.
Took him no time at all on that one. Curry's got 5 points now this quarter.
And when they desperately needed to get things turned around, they were able to rally and get back into it.
And, Greg, it was really their defense just as much as their offense that served as the real catalyst, and I think it allowed them to put that run together.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face. And really, the Warriors had an amazing regular season last year. Just from a historical standpoint, it was one of the best ever.
The Spurs making a switch here. Martin's checked in. The Warriors also with a sub. Brandon Rush. He's checked in for Harrison Barnes. Martin wide open. He fires. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Parker. Parker's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. And for the Warriors last year, they would end the season with 67 wins. That number, Clark, tying for the 6th best win total in NBA history.
And my guess is only a few people saw it coming. I mean, and as the season wore on, it became more and more apparent that the Warriors were for real, but it took a while for people to accept that fact.
Lets it go from deep. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
Yeah, perfect release that time. I mean, I thought it might get blocked, but no.
Yeah, he was giving up a lot of size in that particular matchup, but showed the excellent ability to get off that shot despite the disadvantage in size.
Thompson inside the line, and there are the Warriors now with another bucket.
You have to be disciplined on defense, Kevin. Biting on every pump fake isn't going to get it done.
Ginobili, that's for 2. Great D that time from Curry.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
And you saw how quick the defense was. They were ready for him. They got the hand in the face there and made that much more difficult.
Yeah, and every team needs that kind of rugged interior defense because you want to try to distract your opponents when they get inside, and you also want to make them uncomfortable in their shot attempts.
Now here's the fast break. Parker leading the way. From out on the wing, he knocks it down. Parker's got 7 points here in this quarter.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense. And I think taking a time here to talk things over is a smart idea.
One of the things
I don't want us taking shots against our faces. Move the ball. Move the ball. Spread their defense and get our shooters some clean looks. Tighten up.
And, you know, guys, Manu Ginobili's relationship with Greg Popovich has been really interesting over the years. In the beginning, Pop obviously had a rigid system. Ginobili played with a lot more freestyle and free will in nature. The two clashed heavily early on, as one might expect.
So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Tim Duncan, he's checked in for West. Diaw comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Anderson, he's checked in for Manu Ginobili. And it's Mills in for Tony Parker. We've got 1:13 left in the 3rd. Thompson dishes to Ezeli. It's stolen by Duncan. Diaw with it. And here's Anderson for 3. Duncan, the pass to Diaw. That's good, and so Duncan with the assist. Now it's a 7-point Spurs lead. And look at how the hustle game has been going for San Antonio.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. They've been in attack mode on the defensive end.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
Getting back to Ginobili and Popovich, everyone thought Popovich would break Ginobili of his reckless race, but in fact, you know this, it was the opposite.
You know, Pop recognized he had something special in Ginobili, and it ended up changing his own philosophy, I mean, which I think speaks to the greatness of Greg Popovich. I mean, he was quoted as saying, you know, he does things, Ginobili, that win games. It taught me to watch a little bit more and not be so micromanagement-like. And Not sure Pop's ever said that about anybody else.
And Profestus Ezeli came in as an extremely raw prospect a couple years back. Late first-round draft pick. His minutes were down actually last season, but his production was decidedly up.
Yeah, he went from 44 to 55% on field goals, from 53 to 63% on free throws. A testament to how much effort he's putting into developing that shooting stroke.
Warriors trail by 6. There's a screen. Livingston kicks to Ezeli. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin? Trying
to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
7 seconds left to play in the third. And that's it for the third quarter. Both teams scoring well as we head to the fourth. And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. Here is Livingston. On the court for Golden State here in the fourth. Livingston is out there with Barbosa. Then there's Maurice Spates. Then there's Harrison Barnes. And it's Iguodala at the power forward position.
Yeah, that's careless defense, though. I mean, he's one player you can ill afford to let run free. He just loves to be a money player in the fourth quarter.
That's good.
Those are starting to add up. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 of them have been three-pointers.
And clearly it's about how poorly the defense has played. They've got to close out faster.
Here's Spates. That drops and it comes off the assist from Livingston. Livingston's got 3 assists now in this one. Spurs leading by 3. Here's Mills. And you can
shit! Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
And the Warriors with some changes. Andrew Bogut, he's checked in for Spates. Klay Thompson comes in for Leandro Barbosa. And Steph Curry is subbed in for Sean Livingston.
And the Spurs last season became the first franchise to hire a female assistant coach. A big step, not just for the Spurs, but really for all of the NBA.
It's Curry with the drive.
And nothing fancy, really, about that play. That's just good, old-fashioned, hard-nosed basketball to get that one.
They kick it out to Green. There's the triple. The shot is off. Good D by Thompson. As Grady is talking about, the assistant that was hired was Becky Hammond, a phenomenal player for a very long time in the WNBA. And Mark, you know, you and I were talking about this before. She was a perfect candidate to become the first full-time female assistant.
Yeah, I agree with you. And it might not seem like that big a deal to some, but this was a big-time barrier breaker that the Spurs pulled off.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Kevin, Greg Popovich was just going over the plan with his team. He was absolutely adamant, saying, don't let them off the hook. Let's keep our foot on the pedal and keep doing the things that have gotten us here this far. We're almost home.
The screen from Thompson. Here's Bogut, and he dunks it after the pick frees him up.
Did you see the screen that was set for him? I mean, that was how he got to the hoop.
It was the classic screenplay. It won't show up in the box score, but that screen deserves an assist.
Absolutely, Kevin. I mean, that took the defender right out of the play.
David West, he's checked in for San Antonio. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Leonard, no luck. Warriors trail by 4. They set the pick. It's Curry outside. Warriors the rebound.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Here's Green. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
Oh, nice double pump finish there. Strictly for the fans.
Warriors have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth, though. Pretty nice efficiency there. Iguodala kicks to Barnes. Thompson against Green. The drive by Thompson. No good off the front iron. Spurs leading by 6. Leonard with no one around. Drains it from beyond the arc. Leonard's got 13 points here in the second half alone. The Warriors shooting 48% from the field. Not bad at all. Curry dishes to Thompson. Pass to Iguodala. Here's the 3. That is good.
The rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
Yeah, I'm not sure of the quality of that three-point shot attempt right there, going at it the way they did, but it all worked out for them.
Curry kicks to Thompson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's sent back by Aldridge. This is the partner. Unloads from 13. It's rebounded by Curry. Curry's got 4 rebounds in this game. Pass to Iguodala. Lets the 3 fly. San Antonio with the rebound. Green's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And Leonard gets it to go.
Wow, fantastic performance from the arc here in the second half.
Timeout called the Warriors. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
He's dialed in from long range. They got to stay in his hip pocket and deny him the catch.
Duncan's checked in for West. And Golden State also making a change. Green's checked in. Warriors trail by 9. And Thompson kicks to Curry. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. 14 points for Steph Curry.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
Parker drives in, 11 feet away, and off the front iron, and in it goes. And the Spurs lead by 9.
He is pouring it on in the second half, guys. I mean, a much better showing than he had before the break.
You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
He's on fire. They needed to put their heads together to figure out how to get the ball out of his hands.
Curry passes to Thompson. Here's Green. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
A 3 from Leonard. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
Oh, what a special performance this guy's putting on from long range.
Well, that has been his shot today. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Timeout called the Warriors. They're behind by 10. 1:41 left in the fourth quarter. Barnes is checked in for the Warriors. .141 left in the fourth quarter. Green with a screen on Parker. Curry with a wide open look. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Curry's got 11 points here in just the second half. Right side Aldridge. A 3 from Leonard. Good, and Aldridge gets the assist. 33 points for Leonard.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And, Greg, it's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
There's the three. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. Curry leading the charge.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
Over in the corner, Barnes. And right on target. Good. This game looks like they've got it just about wrapped up.
You're exactly right. I mean, take care of the ball, work the clock. It's a wrap.
Yep, nice game.
You know, even though he's bite-sized compared to the big man on the floor, he's done some really tall work on the boards.
Plenty of space. LaMarcus Aldridge grabs the miss.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
And then Leonard with the dunk.
And they feel good about this win tonight, guys, defending their home court.
I agree. Job well done. They gave these fans exactly what they wanted.
They get the rebound. They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
Excellent display of team play.
And, guys, Sade comes to mind for me because right now that offense, it's a smooth operation.
Sade. I like that, Greg.
Here's Curry. Great D that time from Green. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
They certainly... Put on a good show here at home. Extra little bit of confidence.
And a chance now to send over Doris Burke standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Guys, I'm here with Tony Parker. And Tony, there was an intensity to the way this team played. Were you guys amped up?
We were motivated tonight. You know, today we were on a mission. We want to make a statement, and we played great basketball, great ball movement. Everybody wasn't selfish. We shot the ball a lot better, and we played great defense.
Statement delivered, mission accomplished. Nice win, Tony. Guys, back to you.
Doris, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in. And we'll see you next time.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now let's move on to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Kawhi Leonard. The fourth quarter was all him. It was like he couldn't miss, and it was just one basket after another. Shaq, what'd you think?
Well, his shooting percentage up there in the high 50s speaks to how smart his shot selection was. It was really an intelligent game he played, plain and simple. It's all about protecting each possession, and he set the example for them with his excellent decision-making.
There's no question about it. As far as small forwards go, Kawhi Leonard is right up there with the best of them. You know if you leave him open, he's going to knock it down every look he gets. But what makes him elite is his stifling brand of beat.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson saying good night, and we'll see you again soon, but not soon enough.
got James Harden and Matt.